WWE fans around the world, get ready, because what just happened might go down as the most seismic shift in wrestling history. In a jaw-dropping, mind-bending development that no one could have predicted, Roman Reigns, the self-proclaimed tribal chief, has executed the most ruthless and calculated move of his entire career. After months of betrayal, emotional turmoil, and backstage power plays, Reigns has turned the entire WWE universe on its head by replacing Paul Heyman with none other than Heyman's most feared and despised nemesis. This isn't just a change in management. This is the beginning of a strategic war that could destroy the very foundations of the bloodline and reshape the power structure of WWE for years to come. It all began in the chaotic aftermath of Money in the Bank 2025. Seth Rollins claimed the briefcase in a grueling match that left the WWE Universe stunned. Meanwhile, heartbreak struck as Jey Uso suffered a crushing title defeat at the hands of Gunther, and Jacob Fatu launched a brutal and unexpected betrayal of Solo Sikoa. The Bloodline, once a dominant and seemingly unbreakable unit, had fractured beyond recognition. Paul Heyman, once seen as the puppet master behind Roman's reign of dominance, had quietly moved on, now aligning himself with Seth Rollins and helping to build a dangerous new faction that includes rising monsters like Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Roman was isolated, surrounded by chaos, with his empire crumbling around him. But Reigns was never one to surrender to circumstance. He's a master of long-term planning, a chess player 5 moves ahead. Realizing that brute force alone wouldn't be enough to battle Heyman's cunning new alliance, Roman decided it was time to hit back not with fists, but with fear. That's when he made his most brilliant and terrifying move yet, bringing back the one individual capable of outwitting, outmaneuvering, and mentally dismantling Paul Heyman, the very man Heyman has spent decades trying to forget. A ghost from his past. A living reminder of everything he failed to control. Roman didn't just find a replacement. He unleashed a weapon. The WWE Universe watched in disbelief during the final moments of the Money in the Bank celebration. The arena lights suddenly cut out, plunging the crowd into darkness. The energy in the building shifted instantly. When the lights returned, the camera zoomed in on the center of the ring. Roman Reigns stood there in silence, flanked by a cloaked figure. You could hear the tension crackling through the air. With the entire arena holding its breath, the mystery man slowly pulled back his hood, revealing the face that Paul Heyman had prayed would never return. The former manager of Brock Lesnar, the one man who brought chaos wherever he walked, a figure synonymous with destruction, betrayal, and psychological warfare. The reaction was thunderous. The audience erupted into pure hysteria. Fans screamed. Commentators gasped. Backstage, Paul Heyman's face turned to ash as the camera caught him watching the screen in horror. And then, in the ultimate moment of drama, the new Wiseman picked up the mic, looked directly into the camera, and spoke 2 chilling words. "Hello again, Paul. Miss me?" Roman Reigns stood beside him, expression cold, eyes locked onto the camera, delivering a smirk that spoke volumes. This was payback for everything Heyman had done. The manipulations, the betrayals, the games. Roman had just weaponized Heyman's most painful past, turned it into a living tool of vengeance, and pointed it directly at his former advisor's heart. The message was loud and clear. Roman Reigns is no longer playing defense. He's going on the offensive, and this time he's not holding anything back. But the mystery only deepens. Just before the segment ended, the new Wiseman leaned in and whispered something into Roman's ear. Whatever he said made Roman's eyes widen, not with fear, but with realization. Was there a bigger plan unfolding behind the scenes? Is this alliance part of an even greater conspiracy? Could Jacob Fatu's betrayal have been orchestrated from the start as a ploy to push Roman into this transformation? The timeline, the betrayals, the timing, it all feels far too perfect to be coincidence. Perhaps Fatu's turn was nothing more than a brilliant misdirection to ignite Roman's next evolution. And now, the backstage fallout has been catastrophic. Footage shows Heyman in a state of visible panic, pacing and breathing heavily as if he's seen a ghost. Because he has. His greatest fear is no longer just a memory, It's standing beside the tribal chief, ready to dismantle everything Heyman's trying to rebuild. And Roman isn't stopping here. Rumors are swirling that Reigns is planning to restructure the bloodline entirely, possibly bringing back Jacob Fatu under his command along with a vengeful Jey Uso. With the new Wiseman pulling strings from the shadows, Reigns might be building a force even more dangerous and unrelenting than the original bloodline ever was. This isn't just a feud. This is warfare. The bloodline civil war has escalated to its most dangerous level yet. We're not just talking about personal betrayals anymore. We're talking about the use of psychological weapons, strategic manipulation, and revenge years in the making. This is DEFCON 1. This is the kind of storyline that doesn't just dominate headlines, it alters the course of WWE forever. So, who exactly is this new Wiseman? What kind of history does he share with Paul Heyman that left such a deep scar? And what will happen now that Roman Reigns has chosen to step into the darkest parts of WWE's past to reclaim his future? More importantly, can Paul Heyman's faction survive this assault? Will Jey Uso finally choose a side? Or will even more shocking alliances form in the wake of this chaos? Sound off in the comments below. This is only the beginning. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on your notifications, because the tribal chief just rewrote the rules of the game, and Paul Heyman's worst nightmares have only just begun. WWE fans, brace yourselves. What just unfolded may be the most explosive twist of 2025. The tribal chief, Roman Reigns, has pulled off a masterstroke that no one saw coming. In a move that has stunned the entire wrestling world, Reigns has replaced his longtime advisor Paul Heyman with none other than Heyman's most infamous and bitter rival. The shock of this new alliance has sent tremors throughout WWE, threatening to completely dismantle what remains of the fractured bloodline. This jaw-dropping revelation comes in the aftermath of several devastating events: Jacob Fatu's shocking betrayal of Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso's emotional and crushing title loss to Gunther, and Seth Rollins emerging victorious with the Money in the Bank briefcase. The bloodline is in chaos, but Roman Reigns isn't sitting back. He's striking harder than ever. This isn't just about recovery, it's about domination. Roman has launched a full-scale retaliation, not just against his enemies, but against his former inner circle. With Paul Heyman now managing Seth Rollins and masterminding a faction that includes the destructive duo of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, Roman realized he needed more than just strength. He needed strategy. Enter the unthinkable. The one-man Paul Heyman dreads. A psychological assassin from Heyman's past who knows every mind game, every flaw, every trick in Heyman's legendary playbook. This man, once banished from Heyman's orbit, is now standing beside Roman as his new Wiseman. The moment was unforgettable. As Rollins celebrated